Lamella, lovely cushioned header. But Gerrard! Oh, you beauty! What a head, son! What a head!
Hello, everyone there, and welcome back to another episode of Football Tussle. Myself, CIC, and once again, I'm joined by the regular football tussling pundits there, A-Footy and Grand Champ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And once again, very, very well done for people that are now newly subscribing to a top football podcast there. We're very happy to see the numbers jumping very well there still, viewing terms especially, and also in subscribing. And what you just need to do, maybe leave a few more comments, but we can't ask for it all anyway. But well done, people, anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a very, I always say action-packed week, but anyway, there's been no Premiership, but it's still action-packed. What's it called? We got stuff that's happening off the pitch. We got transfer window. We got African nations. We've got a few other sports highlights, things that have happened, but we'll leave them to the end. But let's start with what's it called? The sensational news that's coming out of Old Trafford there regarding what's it called? Young Mason Greenwood there still. Who wants to start on that, shocker?
Why do you guys always have to start with Man United? Anyways.
Well, you are the what's it called? You are the closet Man United fan there, or whatever.
Exactly.
You still have. Sorry.
What's really update me? Because I've been working recently. I just heard.
Yeah. What's happened is a so-called girlfriend has let loose. I mean, not let loose, but put on social media a video with her getting beat. The aftermath of getting beaten or whatever. I don't know if it's in sexual act or whatever. There's claim of possible rape there or sex against her consent, which comes under rape anyway. And then there's a recording of Greenwood being with words there of open the legs or whatever's going on there. You just have to hear it or see it to believe it still. But for me, I did say my part anyway still. But for me, I don't know why these footballers, regardless of, yes, you can be young, they can say they're young, but then you got the other ones where they're a bit older, like Bernard Mendy or whatever of City there still. But at the end of the day, you can't be as sex. I mean, this is we want to cover what's it called, all age groups, so we don't want to be using too much explicit words there. But you can like stuff, but don't be overdone with it. If a person says no, or they're not interested in that at that time, you just have to let it go there. Why would you try? This is got potential to end your career, or if not end your career, but end your career at the top ends. You might find yourself playing in League One or the Championship. So you have to ask questions. What is the mentality regarding the youngsters or middle-aged people, or not middle-aged, but people in their peak years in football to get themselves in this kind of big mess? So what are you saying?
I wouldn't even say what happened with young people. When you give people too much money, especially at a young age, then what do you expect? It's not even being sex hungry anymore. It's just power, the control that they could have. Is that you could have whatever you want to have right now. I'm just going to drop my 2 pence worth with regards to Greenwood. I don't feel pity for him. I feel pity for the girl that's probably, been around and taken a few beatings in the past, if anything. Not to say that was the first time or the last. And for me, Greenwood should know better. At the age of 12 or 14, I already knew not to, a no is a no. You can't force a woman to do anything. You need to get consent. And as a footballer, you're making crazy money. If my girl says no, you call the next girl, and then you judge it in front of her face.
There you go. You keep calling. You keep calling to find that yes.
I wouldn't even need to call. I would have like 3-4 sightings on my phone, and straight away I'm doing them in the next room if she doesn't want to see. But you forcing her and beating her, and then with the recordings and all of that stuff, that was just I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get away with that. I'm sure that they say that like they questioned him a bit longer. Maybe they're trying to
extra 2 days, they're saying.
Yeah, extra 2 days. They try to find ways they could get him out of this, but there's no way.
They're trying their best.
They're trying their best. It's been leaked out, man. It's been leaked out. So sorry, AY. I'm just saying it's been leaked out. I don't know if he's gonna get away with it, but this possibly could ruin his career. And listen, you can't be sport, man. Regardless if you got money or not, you can't just take.
Yeah.
And this should put into perspective footballers and all the sports athletes. Yes, we love watching the sports. Yes, they work very hard, but these people get paid ridiculous amount of money. And they are out of touch with reality. That's what I was going to say.
It's true what you're saying. I'm going to pick up on what both of you have said. You're so right, you know, especially the power, you know, with these athletes. We don't know what's going on with his being convicted, you know, if what is done is true or not. But what I would just say is it's wrong, whatever we can see. Do you understand? You can't force yourself. If a woman said no, that's what it is.
Exactly.
I've got experience with this in the past, but that's for some other time. Do you understand what I'm saying? But what I would say with these athletes, they've got so much money. I would expect them to seek therapy, you know, at most times, because they need it. You know, most of these guys, they just go around doing whatever. So he's still young. Greenwood is very young. So whatever it is, if he's found guilty or whatever, he has to take his punishment and face the consequences, do you understand? And seek therapy on that and get on with his career. That's what I would say.
Get on with what career if he gets found?
Well, there'll be a career, but it won't be at the top end.
He's a young man. If he can accept what is wrong, if he can accept,
but it won't be at the top end. It won't be at the top end. I'm hearing already. Is it Nike or whoever he's sponsored with? The temporary, what's it called? Stop their sponsorship. So the cards start falling quickly. The domino effect happens quickly.
Those are standards, you know.
Man United,
Man United and people that he's done right by will have to stick by him, you know. And
I don't know. What how it goes?
Will have to face his consequences, definitely.
Yeah, but how it goes is like with any other player. Bernard Mendy, whatever. What will happen? The standard thing is the club will have to suspend you. And you're away from football and training or whatever until the case is properly concluded. If you're found not guilty, then you're brought back into the bubble. If you're found guilty, that's the end of it at that club association. I don't know if any other Premiership club might take you. Some would maybe take the gamble. It's up to them depending on their PR. A final question quickly is you have these ladies or whatever, what's happening is very bad regarding the rape and beating and stuff. But we have to ask, in this day and age, why have they got this? They're recording all the stuff there. You know, what's going on? Why are you recording yourself?
Yes, you're a bit older. You want to know.
It's not about being old. I'm sorry. I don't care. Because I'm sorry.
Just trying to have fun.
I speak for myself. Even if I was young, I'm not recording stuff. What am I recording? I'm not allowing the lady to record it as well. It's nonsense. New age or old age, it's a nonsense there. Anyway,
you should be recorded.
You can post your comments regarding on that if it's appropriate to be recording and taking pictures of such stuff, and then all of a sudden it's out in public.
If you take consent, you can do that. You know, you have to ask.
Look at the situation now.
There's nothing wrong with recording it if it's both of you, but just need to know that when things go south, be prepared. If one person is spiteful, the other person is, then it's been released. You know, make sure you're doing a good job in that video. You know
I think we'll end it on that note then.
I'll just say one thing. I just need these guys to just seriously seek therapy. You guys need it. You top stars. Honestly, just seek that.
Yeah, it's true. Power, money, and too much of the other stuff. You need to control it still. But anyway, as we say in these situations, we just have to watch this space, because another one that's gone quiet quickly is the Sigurdsson one at Everton. How long has it been now? It's been about 6 or 7 months. He's not played one game this season there, and it's all gone like under the radar still. So we do say watch your space, but how long do we watch your space? Because Sigurdsson's one, nothing's been mentioned, but Mendy's one is nearly in the news every other time he needs to be going to bail hearings and all that. Greenwood here now, but Sigurdsson,
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Has that been confirmed that it was Sigurdsson?
Well, why do you think he's not playing for Everton then? Are you telling me Everton haven't told us that he's got some long-term injury? Everton have not told us he's got long-term COVID.
It's true what he has been saying. This thing happens way behind closed doors. We don't know and just comes out all of a sudden. You understand? Most of this, like Mendes especially, been going on for a while.
We just have to hope that if he's found guilty, they throw the book at him. If he's not found guilty, they try and make sure that the girl gets punished for slander and defamation of the character. So we just have to watch that space. But let's move on anyway. Let's move on to what's today? Today's date? What's today's date? Is it the 31st? Final day of the Premiership transfer window, and we've got high drama in throughout the table from top to bottom of what's going on here.
Are your clubs buying players? Yeah.
My club has already bought a player. What's it called? Luis Diaz, quality there, Colombian there still.
What did you call him? Hold on. What did you call him?
Diaz.
No. What was his first name?
Louis
Diaz.
That's it. Yeah, there you are. We're not doing English lessons here, but anyway, we brought him for almost the same bracket as like Jota, Mane, and Salah. And normally, Klopp gets the best out of them. So he's got a very good goal and assist record already for Porto there. So we'll be watching that space. It puts pressure on Salah's negotiations for his new contract if they ever get around to FS.
Or maybe they're planning life after Mo Salah.
Yeah, life after Mo Salah, life maybe after Mane as well. And they're also as we speak now, they're trying to get the medical done quickly for the young kid at Fulham there, Carvalho. They finally agreed the fee. Now it's just to try and get the medical done and agree on personal terms before 11 o'clock. But anyway, that's Liverpool. We didn't need too much anyway. We should quickly move to what happened with Aubameyang or the Wengi. Is it Aubameyang or the Wengi?
Well, don't take the piss. Don't take.
Listen. I think he was taking. Wasn't he taking the piss out of Arsenal there still? We
already knew he was going to leave, though. We'll mention a couple of episodes. Remember that guy.
But we have to talk about. We'll talk about Grand Champ as an Arsenal fan, as how he views the whole saga regarding Aubameyang saga, Arteta, saga as well, and then also what happened today. So if Grand Champ can fill us in.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
I'm permitting, of course.
I know. Obviously, I thought it wasn't going. I thought it wasn't going, and then now I see this. For me, the whole thing don't make sense. I want to start with the deal itself. Yeah, fair enough. We're saving a lot of money on wages. You know, he's got 2 years. He's got
25 million. 25 million.
Yes, but the thing is, you're saving a lot on wages, but we get no fee for him, which for me still doesn't represent a good deal.
Do you get a fee? You say?
No. We get no fee for him.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, he's gone on a free. Okay, and yes, we're saving wages, but how many times are we going to make the same mistake? We gave Ozil a deal. And the next minute, he became villain number one. We gave Aubameyang the deal. Next minute, is the next culprit. Every big player Arsenal that gets given a big contract, sooner or later, Arsenal, we turn against that player when we want to get rid of because of some financial, whatever nonsense we're doing. For me, Arsenal has been mismanaged. We went for a striker that never wants to come to Arsenal in the first place. And then now we were panicking, linked to all sorts. We're keeping 2 strikers, Lacazette and Ketia, who got 6 months left on the contracts, who are not going to be at Arsenal anymore. So you're telling me at the end of the Premier League season this season, Arsenal Football Club would have no strikers.
Can you imagine? It's a mess.
No strikers.
Yeah.
No strikers. And then
it's a shocker.
And then also, there's nobody on the bench for Arsenal. You look at against Burnley. The reason why I didn't make no change, because there was nobody on the bench to change the game. Nobody to just bring on just to say, you know what, let me just tweak it a little bit. The squad is thin. You're letting all sorts of people go. you've let Chambers go. I'm happy to see Chambers go. But if you're going to let Chambers go, who's been there for like 7, 8 years or whatever, why'd you let Murray go to Denise? So if Gabriel gets injured, that's Holding coming in. If Holding gets injured, there's nobody else. There's nobody else. How are you having 3 Premier League central defenders to finish the season? You should have at least 4. And then strikers, your play strikers who haven't scored more than 7 goals between themselves. Awful. The squad is so thin, bare. Arteta is so proud, like he's a great manager. He's only won the FA Cup, which he took over from Emery halfway through the season. He's too proud. The Aubameyang thing that's been mistreated. He's not handled it well because you could have kept Aubameyang because now top 4 is not even guaranteed. You could have kept Aubameyang, and at the end of the season, you're still selling. You're still selling, but at least give us a good chance of trying to make top 4. Come on, man.
I agree with you. What's it called? Thanks.
I know we're strict on time. And just one more thing. Yes, they get rid of Aubameyang wages. Let's see what they're going to do in the summer. What player they're going to bring in because it's all good saving wages, but who we flipping bringing in? You
will bring in, like you said, the squad is thin, and
it all depends on when they finish. If they finish,
I think they build on. Seriously, I think they're building for the summertime.
What are building, bro? It's been 2 years now. What are building?
Summertime, they're adding in.
No, let me tell you. If Arteta doesn't make top 4 this season, he should go for me. I know they ain't gonna get rid of him, but he should go because he's finished 8th. He's finished 8th twice. And with the way we're going again, we could finish 8th again. So in 3 years,
then another manager will come in and finish up the project.
It's been a waste of time. For me, there's a couple of things I quickly pick up on because we don't want to spend too much on that one because we've got quite a few teams to go through regarding transfers. For me, yes, it's good to talk about getting him off the books. But for me, if it's a strange one because I don't think we got the whole picture. We've just been told what we want. The media's been, the world has just been told or whatever. For me, there's no way. Are you telling me Aubameyang or even his agent, which is more important, will allow £25 million just to go like that? I'm telling you that I'm sure that his agent has said at least give me 10 million and I'll go. There's no way you wipe off 10 million, 25 million.
Of course, they paid him off, but then once again, you look at the deals Arsenal making. Safety for Ezzo. Crystal Palace bid it for flipping for Nketiah, but you're keeping Nketiah because you know that you've got no other strikers. But the guy doesn't want to be there, so now
that's the only reason. That's the only reason. Yeah, and another thing is for me, as you said, this is a great opportunity for Arsenal to try and get back into the top 4 after so many years, and Arteta is blowing it daily. Arteta is blowing this brilliant chance of finishing in the top 4. At this rate, there, Arsenal are not even what's it called, third favourites to finish in the top. They're possibly third or fourth favourites to finish in the 4th or whatever. You've got the likes of Man United and Spurs to finish above them. But for me, Arsenal have not helped. I don't know what's going on with Arteta. Arteta, sometimes you might just give him one more chance, at least as you said, to the end of the season. Then you get rid of him. Because at least you give yourself a chance to try and finish in the top 4. At this rate, the players that are left, Saka, Martinelli and Lacazette, as I said in the last episode there, also have gone 4 straight games in all competitions without scoring. So to get rid of another player, it's the writing's on its wall. I think, like you said, if they don't make top 4, they should sack, not only Arteta, Edu has to go, the whole connection.
Yeah, he has to go, man. Look at the guy Newcastle just signed, Guimaraes, and they couldn't get that guy. He's a baller, man.
Yeah, let's move on to Newcastle since you mentioned them as well, because they're signing players left, right, and centre. As you said, they bought that very good Brazilian defensive midfielder. I think he is from Leon there still. For about 30 million or whatever. So very good. They needed to do that, and they bought in. I don't know. It's a bit of a strange one anyway. Dan Burns has just been signed there. Just seen it come in now. Dan Burns for 13 million from Brighton.
I saw that.
And then who else have they bought? Have they bought a left back? Was it? What's it called? I'm trying to think. Who else?
Yeah. The left back, Aston Villa Taggart.
Yeah, the Aston Villa. A loan signing Taggart. That from our friend Mr. Licorice from our early episodes there was saying so much about Cash and Taggart, and all of a sudden in the space
is out the door.
I think they're doing well with the transfers. They're doing well. They're picking players that would fight, not picking.
Only time will tell. Because for me, a couple of them like Dan Burns or whatever is from Brighton, he might be he's better than they couldn't go any worse anyway because the defenders that they got already are rubbish anyway. So Dan Burns would have
Yeah.
always gone a bit higher up in the level anyway, because Lascelles or whatever, and Shaw or whatever, and Fernandez, they're all for there still.
That's
So
what I'm trying to say.
see how,
Any new addition is good.
yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Let's move on to what's it called, Spurs there, because Spurs, what's it called, they wanted Traore, Adama Traore. He turned them down because I think I don't know what mental stuff, wanted him to play as a wing back or whatever, and Traore looked at that and said, please, I know I'm struggling to play at Wolves, but if Barcelona come in, there's only one place I'm going, and that's not what's it called, North London.
I don't know what's going on with Spurs.
And then they missed out on, they thought they had done the deal on what's it called, on Diaz there, but Liverpool have always kept that. I think that's been a long-term, what's it called, target for Liverpool, and I think they must have said to Porto, keep us posted if anyone tries to buy your that player, what's it called, quickly, and put us on speed dial. And the next minute, the rug was pulled under what's it called, Conte's and Livy's legs. They're both on the floor, and brilliant there for Liverpool to get him in.
Now they've picked up these two players though. Is he on loan?
Yeah, but that wasn't their first or second choices or whatever. So obviously, Livy needed to. He's rated as one of his former clubs in Juventus. There, one of the guys is decent. I think the one that starts to be. I'm not that good on.
Not Benteke.
Not Benteke. One of the guys that starts to be the one that they bought out right. He's a decent buy. The other guy that starts to. Benteke, he's a decent buy. So he should hopefully improve the what's it called, the squad. And the other one there, what's it called, starting with K, he hasn't scored. His goal ratio is being poor there still. And then you have to ask questions there. If these players are really that good, what's it called? Why would Juventus sell them? But
no. But you've got
massive squads.
You've got massive squads. They're clearing all sorts. I'm hearing Ramsey at Rangers and all sorts.
Talking about that one, we'll talk about that as well, because how is Rangers? How is that deal even working regarding what's it called, wages there anyway? As I said, that's another thing we'll talk about. Barcelona, we heard 6 months ago, Barcelona's got no money. Next minute, they're signing Torres from what's it called, Man City. They're doing deals here, left, right, centre.
These European giants they're all messed. These European giants.
Juventus as well. Juventus, how did Juventus, what's it called, get that player from Fiorentina that Arsenal were chasing after for how long?
Imagine. But Spurs. Oh, I will say something though. Spurs did clear out a few players.
Dele Alli. Has he gone yet? Has that been confirmed? Because that one is not yet confirmed.
He's doing his medical tonight. He's doing the medical tonight.
But how long does it take?
But Leon,
he's not doing it in Everton. That's what I heard. But he's definitely doing it.
Of course, he couldn't do it in Everton because he can't travel there. But Ndombele going back to Leon, hopefully he could be discovering his best form. Lascelles is back. Has gone back to Spain. Gil has gone back to Spain. He's cleared all those players out. But the thing is, Spurs might still struggle because in that midfield is still lacking quality, like Arsenal.
Yeah, our old friend Skip.
But those two players, are they not central midfielders? Those two players we mentioned that they signed, are they not midfielders?
Just one.
Yeah, but I think one a winger and the other one's a centre midfielder, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Benteke is centre, Plevsky is a winger.
It's like a winger kind of whatever still. But anyway, I think they needed to do some business anyway. Livy needed to show Conte that we try and we got something in the door, because if they didn't get nothing at this time, he would have been gone in the summer, just like he did at Inter Milan and Chelsea previously.
Yeah,
but let's move on to.
I think it's still go, but yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes, because it depends on where they finish anyway. But we don't know. It doesn't matter then where they finish anyway, because Inter Milan won the title last season and he still left. But as you said, he still might go.
Chelsea won the league and still left.
There you go still. So he's got a pattern there still. The only thing is that we know the pattern will end because Spurs are not winning no league anyway. Well done. We'll move on to Everton there quickly. There, not only what's it called, have they're doing a few signings there still. They've also got a new manager, the old Frank's back, Frank Lampard. What do you think of that? What's it called, appointment there quickly?
That's the thing with Everton. They get me all excited, and all of a sudden they start messing up. But good luck to Frank Lampard, because it's a good move. He's been waiting for so long, and He's finally got Everton. Let's see what it would have achieved.
It's true. His job just for this season is to steer them away from relegation, and I think he'll be given some money, a bit proper money than what Rafa was given last summer to try and to try and push the team in the right direction. So his job is just to avoid relegation.
Lampard is already failing at the job already.
What, Dele Alli and
Dele Alli, he's not even going through the door. My man is signing Dele Alli for 40 million. My guy is
that was a shocker. Not even a loan deal.
No, because they can't loan anymore. Because something about they've already loaned
they got too much
from a Premier League side, so something like that. But my point is, you're selling the guy.
Don't go there. Don't go there. You're saying.
Yeah, the guy's been off form for 3 years plus, and he's selling the guy who wasn't scored more than 5 goals in the season. Hardly played any games in 3 years.
And the thing is,
for 40 million. Who the hell is Dele Alli?
There you go. I agree with you. And another thing is, what's it called? Everton, the owners, either Bill Kenwright, even this new guy, the new owner there, the new billionaire owner, they should learn from buying play, as you said,
too many of them.
Balassi, Iwobi, Walcott, all these kind of players there still. How much did Alli cost Spurs? Was it 20 million or something? Dele Alli, how much did he cost Spurs?
Very cheap, under 20 million, I think.
So how all of a sudden his price tag has doubled when he's gone backwards in form? It doesn't make sense. As you said, Grand Champ, Lampard, maybe since he's been away from football for I think it's a year or something. He's lost what's it called?
He's already failing.
Or maybe he's thinking of maybe he thinks he's playing fantasy manager on a computer. Maybe that's what he's doing, not knowing that he's now back in the hot seats.
Even worse.
The thing about Lampard, I don't know. Anytime he gets into a job, he just thinks about this midfield. Maybe because he was a midfielder.
Yeah.
His last club as well, it was all focused on Mount. And now Everton has got Van der Beek and Alli. He's just obsessed with midfielders. But good luck to him.
I think they need to look at a striker as well. Still, it's a bit like West Ham.
What's going on at the back?
Well, they bought a few. They bought two defenders there, right back from Rangers, which is average, and they bought a Ukrainian there, another one that's average as well. When they got rid of a very good left back there, when you know that we said it before in the last episode, when you know you're going to be sacking them Rafa very soon, why would you get rid of a very good left back? But anyway, we don't want to go over spilt milk too much there.
Definitely.
And then we got is it the old? What's it called? Typo? Is it Van der Bleek or Van der Beek? He's now at Everton there. Let's see what he can do.
Man United are in trouble because they got rid of him, and their squad is looking a bit thin themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe that's why they kept Jesse, Mr. Beans, man, beans. Because for me, that's another one where you have to wonder. Why are teams, it's a bit like Arsenal as well with a young striker. Why are teams keeping players that they know that they're going to be gone in the summer for free? Why don't you just sell and take 10, 15, 20 million for them and let them go now?
But Lingard is so silly. Now Lingard wants to leave. When West Ham wanted him, he said, no, I want to go back to United.
But anyway, let's move on quickly then still to some other teams there. We have we had Burnley finally spend some money of the money that they got from Newcastle there for Chris Wood there. They bought is it Weghorst there from Wolfsburg for 12 million.
He's 6'6". Imagine it.
Well, that means Well, that's perfect for the style of football that they play anyway. And then we had a nice one there from Brentford there. Bringing back bringing Christian Eriksen back to football and back to the Premiership there still. The rules over here, we give them a clap there. Because the rules over here, you're allowed to play with the pacemaker or whatever they have in their body there still. And then Man City bought a young striker, I think, from River Plate.
Alvarez.
About just over 14 million pounds there. But he stays on loan there, and then he comes in the summer. But I think that one he might stay on loan there. He might even never play for Man City. We see
exactly. It might be a few years. Look at Jesus.
There you go still. But what for me was I'm not too surprised that Man United didn't make no transfers, because why are you going to sanction money to a person that's only interim? And then you start bringing in players there that the next manager might not like. So you have to not you have to not waste any money. Arsenal's one is strange that they didn't make they're letting people go, but they're not bringing in people in. That's strange in itself.
Shocking.
Man City didn't really need too much. Chelsea were trying to be linked with all sorts there. Every time they get excited, it's good that Dembele, because it would have been a wasted attacking talent at that grave for attackers.
Chelsea can't really bring anybody. They can't really bring anybody in. Really, they're trying to.
No, they can, but you don't go to Chelsea if you're an attacking player because you become like you're a dead man walking. We said that about the 250 million worth of talent that's going on over there.
Yeah, we've spoken about that.
Tuchel needs his own striker. He needs his own attacking players.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Those players
are good enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough. He needs to work on that still anyway. But I mean, the transfer window is still going on. As I said, Liverpool trying to get one over the line there still. Aubameyang was the biggest story over there. Still.
What about Villa? Is Villa doing anything special?
Yeah, Villa brought in them. They brought in them. What's it called? The left back. They brought in the midfielder Coutinho and stuff. And who else there? I think they brought in some other players anyway. Still, Chambers there still from Arsenal there. So, but we're moving on to let's quickly check. Is it the African nation there? So we move on to, because we're now at the semi-final stage of the African nation. Most of the big clubs are gone there, but we got Cameroon versus Egypt. That's going to be a very big, tight game there. Egypt has not been wonderful, but Cameroon should win. But we've got a few surprises there. They're not pushovers there for what's called.
Except if Salah dies for a penalty. But other than that,
Cameroon should win any of that anyway. He's very well in the last game with a goal and assist there, brilliant assist there still to
finally he woke up, huh? Well, flipping out.
Wow.
I know. I'm expecting Cameroon win as well on that one.
Yeah, I would edge to Cameroon there still, but I wouldn't rule out Egypt altogether anyway. And then on the other side of the draw, the semi-final there, you got Burkina Faso, who's done very well to get so far against Senegal. They were runners up last time out there still. So Senegal will go into that game as favourite there still.
Yeah, so, Senegal should win that as well.
Yeah, so hopefully Mane. It could be Mane versus them. It could be Mane versus Salah in the final.
Imagine that. Make that for football. Come on.
I don't want that, but although Mane's been having a good tournament, he's been more influential than Salah.
Yeah, what's it called? The concussion last game there still. So the rules were kind of broken. But in Africa, you have to put your country first over the club.
You have to be a man.
Right. That's it. Anyway, what's it called? And then I think I'll move on quickly there still, because even though it's nothing to do with football there, it was a major achievement there. Even though I'm not a big fan of him, I'm a Roger Federer fan. We have to We have to give the plaudits were due for Rafa Nadal for him to come back and break all sorts of records, for the first guy to do it in the modern era, to come back from 2 sets to kneel down in Australian Open, and then not only do that, to win it, and now take the lead in the most Grand Slams there.
I told you about Nadal many times. I told you about Nadal. The power
he's taking advantage of Djokovic. He's taking advantage of Djokovic having a bad time.
But the thing is,
Djokovic didn't help himself anyway. Djokovic didn't help himself by trying to go behind closed doors.
He wasn't going behind closed doors. They knew.
No, he made mistakes. There's a couple of mistakes there. There's a couple of mistakes. The first mistake was when he contacted COVID-19 and got positive. He never let authorities know. Not only did he not let the authorities in Serbia know, he traveled to Spain knowing that he had COVID already. Why are you traveling there? And then when you went to Australia, your agent or you made a big error, even though it's a small one on the paper. You made a big error on the on the exemption visa thing there still. So even though we've spoken about it, it's unfortunate, but you even though you're the number one in the world, you're not bigger than the than the whole of Australia. Australia are the most strictest there. But let's not talk about Novak, because Novak was in the news for the wrong reasons regarding whatever side of the fence you're on anyway. But you just have to give the plaudits to Nadal there. But Medvedev blew himself anyway. You're 10 years younger, and you're you're ranked higher, and you're two sets up.
Come on.
He done a Spurs. He bottled it.
He's nervous, man.
Moving on quickly there. I want to reach out there to the the NFL fans there still. I know maybe Grand Champ and the A40 don't really follow it too much there, but the GOATs, this is another GOAT we're talking about. Another GOAT there, which is Tom Brady, 7-time win of the Super Bowl, 7 rings there. Yes, 7 rings there. Is finally retired at the age of 44. I think it's 44 anyway. But well done there, Tom. There, even unfortunate that you didn't reach it there, and the Kansas Chiefs. And the Kansas Chiefs blew themselves yesterday anyway against the Bagels that were the worst team a couple of years ago. Anyway, but let me not.
Big up to the Olympic Games as well.
Sounds like what?
What's
it called? Catholic and stuff there still. But what's it called? A40.
No, the Winter Olympics. I said big up to the Winter Olympics. It's a different kind of sports. You understand?
Does anyone else want? What about you then? Do you want to mention any sports there quickly?
That's how it goes. It's sports, man.
It's true. We just try and broaden and get other people in. But the next episode that we'll be covering, obviously, will be another FA Cup special there, because FA Cup's coming up. It returns. What's it called? The 5th round, I think. It's coming on starting on Friday with Man United versus Middlesbrough, and then on Saturday you've got Chelsea versus Plymouth. I know Liverpool over the week of that weekend have got Cardiff at home there. Who's Arsenal got? Oh yeah, Arsenal's out. Sorry.
Sorry, say that again. I wasn't listening.
See, I saw you clean your glasses and doing a bit of technical work there still. I think Spurs have got Brighton at home.
I got a quick question.
Man City's got Fulham at home.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Who's at the best January transfer window so far?
The January transfer window. You have to
look at Aston Villa or Newcastle.
No, we said one.
I would say I would say Aston Villa.
I would say Aston Villa too. Okay, cool. So who's going to be out of the players bought in January? Who's going to be the one that shines for you, the best back?
Well, I'm hoping Diaz there still anyway, but
Diaz is going to be the best.
He's going to be the bench like all of them done. Yes, previously. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy at Newcastle is defensive there anyway. So maybe
he's quality.
Anyway, he's quality there still.
I would go with Digne anyway.
Who?
Digne.
Oh, Digne. You mean the left back? Yeah. I think I'll go with my old friend. What's it called? Coutinho.
Quickly. I'll go with Dini as well.
All right then. Well, I hope you enjoy.
Good buy.
So 2 for Dini and 1 for Coutinho. I hope you've enjoyed this episode there still, and keep watching, keep even more subscribing, and spread the word.
Spread the word, man.
Spreading the word, and get the comments in, so we can get bigger and better. Football tussle, baby.
Thank you.
You stop doing that. You did one at the beginning yourself there. You did one at the beginning.